Today we got a pretty sweet first impression. Well, sweet to me. Hopefully a lot of other people too. As you can see, we got ourselves the M&P 2.0. First thing right off the bat, the box isn't blue. That blew my mind. Where's the blue? Where's Smith & Wesson blue? But that's fine. It's just the box. Well, just the box. I've talked about in other videos how much the packaging does kind of... I'm a sucker for it. I like it. But anyway, it's a box. Woo. Okay. So, want to try to keep this one within that 5-minute time limit there. So, let's get started now. All right. So, flip this around, get this open. So, this came in for a customer. Pretty cool to be able to get these. You know, they did a good job of making sure to keep up with the demand they knew they were probably going to have. So right out of the box, we got our documentation, all our normal stuff in there that we're going to see. We're empty there. We already got the chamber flag in there. Rattle it out there. So we are nice and clear. First things first, let's talk about that trigger. So that was the big thing, big complaint with a lot of the M&Ps, or pretty much all the M&Ps through the ages so far. Trigger's not fantastic. This trigger, it's way better than the stock M&P for sure. Than the old one, I should say, the 1.0. As you can see, it's got the same amount of take up, but then we hit that wall. There's a little first click. Okay, so now I'm at that wall, and then a little bit more. Nice clean break. Let's listen for that reset. Nice short reset. Again, that first click, little creep, and break. One more time. All right, so right off the bat, the trigger is 100% definitely improved. If this was mine for a competition gun, it would be getting Apex. For sure. Getting some polishing jobs on the internals, getting some new springs in there, make it the best it could possibly be. Let's grab real quick the trigger gauge so we can actually assign some numbers to this. Okay, that was 6 pounds. Just over 5. I'm trying to get the hook on the trigger gauge as low as I can. A little bit over 5. Let's just do one more. I think the first one might have been a little bit of a fluke. 5.5. So we're right in the middle between 5 and 6. That's not bad for that stock trigger. Just again for comparison, here's my competition Pro Series 1.0. So this has some new springs, polished, etc. 3.5. 3 on the dot. 3.5 again. So good, you know, almost half the weight of the trigger once you put some new springs in there, polish the internals, do that. Okay, only a couple minutes left. I might go over a little bit, sorry. So major differences too. This model has the external safety, ambidextrous. We still have our ambidextrous slide release, okay? Right there. Takedown lever's the same. This is the longer model, or the 5-inch model, but it's not the Pro model. So it's just the plain M&P9. And then we can see back here 2.0. So we only have a standard white dot or 3 white dot sights there, okay? Not our fibers like on the Pro models, okay? Pro models haven't come out yet. Biggest difference, so we're going to do a quick takedown. Slides, pretty much the same. Some of the contours are a little different. We have the front serrations, very minimal up front there. And the contour up front is a little different as well. So we can see they bobbed the front of this a little bit. That scallop in there is a little different. we put them muzzle to muzzle, they line up pretty much exactly the same way. Oh, my hand's covering that, sorry. Okay, a little bit different profiles. Nothing too dramatic. Just a little different. This slide has the loaded chamber indicator lever there. I'm not sure if that is standard or on all the new models, or if that's just for the compliant model here. The other ones have that witness hole on top there where you can see a little bit of shine from your loaded chamber if it was loaded. Biggest difference, well, maybe not biggest, internal at least, that you can see right off the bat. Oh, we're at 5 minutes, so we're going to hurry up here. Look at those. All right, we had a little interruption. Sorry. Okay, so looking at the internals here, looking specifically at the front, the new 2.0 has a much beefier set of rails right up front there. You can see on the 1.0, this area here where it rides on, that's maybe less than half an inch, as opposed to this more full-length rail. That's a good inch or more that slide is now riding on. The sear block at the rear, pretty much identical, okay? This model, again, the safety, so the sear block's a little different. What else is different? The position of our slide release is a little different. It's not wouldn't be an exact same drop in. The frame on the 2.0 has extra steel inserts in there, which they make sure to have that cut out there so you know it. That's really just aesthetic, if you ask me. But seeing that bigger rail up front, that is huge for that reliability, durability. Not like the M&Ps were known for failing at all, but so there's the difference. Last big difference we see is the grip texture. So the grip texture got updated. The back straps are still interchangeable like they used to be. This new grip texture molded in feels pretty much like my grip tape on my competition gun here. You really wouldn't even need to put grip tape on this gun. It feels great right out of the box, to me at least. Not everyone's going to like that, but I think it's fantastic to finally get some really good out-of-the-box grip on that gun there. So, overall, what do I think? Of course, I love it because the Smith & Wesson's my jam. Okay, so the color, it's a different color, whatever. I'm excited to see what new things they do with the 2.0 in the future. Any new competition models, or when they come out with the core line, whatever it may be. So, looking forward to that. This is the first 2.0 I've gotten my hands on. I know the customer's pretty pumped. But yeah, I think they've done a great job updating it. It's not like it's a totally new gun. They just took what they learned from the first one and from customer feedback and improved on something that was already pretty awesome. So there you go. There's the M&P. This is the 9 2.0 in the long slide version in flat dark earth.